This is going to be the only video that you need to stop vaping. Simple. Stop vaping, and this video is probably going to be like 10 minutes, maybe, if that. I used to be a vapor. I used to fucking smoke these chemicals. But then I started personal developing myself, being aware of my surroundings. And you can apply this to any addiction that you have, whether that be the ganja, whether that be the alky. For me, it was the ganja and the nic, right? The vape, specifically. I was driving one day, and I was just looking at people walking the street. Most of them are homeless. But somehow, they have a vape in their hand. Somehow, they're puffing the vape. Somehow, they're rolling up the ganja. That's first. Becoming aware of the people that are doing this addiction, and majority of them, and what position that they're in. That's first. Recognizing, becoming self-aware, right? These people have nothing going for them, but somehow they're puffing on a vape. You might be in that similar situation. You might even have more going for you. And you take it and you're like, well, I might be elevating in this area of my life, but, I'm still doing the vape. You know it's bad for you, brother. These chemicals, we don't even know what the fuck we're smoking on. You're worried about a chemtrail, right? You're worried about aluminum in the air that they're releasing. But you're not caring about your inner, what you're actually putting into your body. That's fucking ridiculous. So becoming self-aware is 1. 2, it's not going to be easy. But you have to tell yourself, you have to be aware, you have to tell yourself, hey, I'm not going to buy that nicotine vape. I'm not going to buy the vape. I'm not going to smoke the ganja. I'm not going to go and do these things. I'm not going to do these things. And it might take 20 fucking times of you telling yourself to do this, but you still go get the vape and you still smoke it down until it's burning your throat, right? It might take 20 fucking plus times, but you have to recognize this shit, and it becomes, when you're personal developing, because you have to personal develop, you have to be self-aware, you have to have these things aligned, that you eventually raise your standard. Damn, well, if I want to get to point B in my life, this vehicle that I'm in, me telling myself that I'm going to do something and I don't show up and I don't do it and I don't elevate my standard, it gets to a point where it's disgusting. It's disgusting to understand that you cannot hold yourself to the word that you're speaking upon yourself. That's number 2. Number 3, especially if you're vaping, get yourself some nicotine pouches. Check it. When I was vaping, I was overweight. I had no success. I was depressed. I wasn't hitting the gym. I wasn't working on my mindset. I wasn't doing any of these fucking things. These helped me get off of the vapes after I told myself for months that I would stop and still revert. I started off with 3. I went to 6. I went to 9. I went to 15 milligrams. Burnt my lip. Went back down to 9. Now I'm back on 6. Next week I'll be on 3. Yesterday I didn't have 1 pouch. I did not have 1 pouch. Today I've only had 1 pouch. I know these are not the best, right? Doesn't have the tobacco, doesn't have the aluminum, doesn't have these chemicals that the vapes do, but it still has a detriment on your health. Yes, it's a nootropic in a way. But everything in everything in moderation is fine. If you go out once a week, you drink. If you go out once a week, you have a cigarette. That's totally okay. Like, I don't see anything wrong with that. But motherfuckers like me that have this addictive personality, bro, I was doing the 15s and the 9s. I would go through a pack damn near every 2 days. This contains 20 fucking pouches. 20 fucking pouches, bro, in 2 days. That's a problem. Now I recognize the problem. Now I'm weaning myself off of these things because I know I am addicted, and this is the only substance that enters my fucking body. And yeah, it might not be, bro, I'm pretty vascular. I don't really see any negative benefits, but it's the cognitive awareness that I'm still putting a substance in my fucking body and realizing I can do without it. I can do without it. Yeah, I might not have no serious negative benefits right now, but what about the long term? What about the cardiovascular whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop, right? It might not be showing an immediate replenishment in your day-to-day function today, but what about 10 years? What about that? Right? You live in the moment, of course. The present is the only time that's fucking, that's real. But if you continue to have this mindset where it's not affecting me today, it's not affecting me right now, so I don't have to change. That's where you're fucking up. You need a person to develop more. You need to work on your inner self. I don't need these, right? But right now I would say this is my only addiction. There could be much worse addictions out there for me to be on. I've cut the alcohol. I've cut the ganja. I want this video to potentially be monetized one day. I cut the ganja. The only substance I put in my body is the nic. I don't need to stop. But I know that future version of myself, this motherfucker doesn't have a pouch in his lip. You know what he is? He's having an espresso looking over the fucking Maldives. He's got 2 fucking houses, a penthouse somewhere. He's got that Ferrari 488 Spider, the Lamb. He's got the Patek, the RM, the this, the that. And these things don't make you, right? These things don't make you. Don't get that shit twisted. Yes, I might talk about them. I want them deeply. I want them so fucking bad. I can fucking damn near visualize myself. I'm in a Tesla, but I can see a Lamborghini, brother. And you have to understand that it's not about the material things, but they are trophies to what that motherfucker is, right? Who he is, who he's became, what he's overcame. They're trophies, and in life you don't get trophies after high school, after college. You don't get trophies anymore, brother. The trophies are your car, what you live in, the woman you have beside you, what's on your wrist, how you carry yourself, what your mind is, how you think. And the motherfucker that's in those things, bro, I know he doesn't do this shit. Because guess what? It's taking time away, taking mental capacity away from you telling yourself, hey, I'm going to stop the vape, I'm going to stop the green, I'm going to stop the alcohol. And then you reverting back to this shit. Takes a different breed to fucking recognize and want to